Hello once again, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, in a strange location. Where can I be? Well, judging by the rafters that I mind you are undecorated, not having any Star Wars on them. You might want to guess that I am in my attic. Yes, I'm in my attic. And why the heck am I in the attic? Well, because some people have asked me, like, Mr. Darth Tuba, you have so many items in your Star Wars collection, but clearly when you have so many sideshow and hot toy collectibles, you don't throw the boxes out. What do you do with them? Where do you store them? How do you store non-displayable Star Wars items? Well, that's easy. I'm fortunate enough to have an attic, and I thought, but in straightening up my attic, I realized that the attic's kind of got a cool little setup that I would like to share with my Darth Tuba fans as well. So not too many people get to see this side of the collection. So first thing I want to kind of point out, I'm gonna see if I can switch things around here so you can kind of see things from my angle. Hang on. Not everybody gives you a tour of their attic space, but first thing I want to point out over on this side is you can see here we have lots of interesting cutouts. There's a Jar Jar Binks folding Mountain Dew cutout display. I think we have Mace Windu there. We have Queen Amidala. I was actually given a lot of these when once the Episode 1 Phantom Menace was kind of losing its steam and all of the displays and the promotions had ended. So I was asked, I was given a lot of these by people say, hey, you want this? You want this? I have students who handed them to me. So I do have them. They do take up a lot of room, but I do hold on to them in case I'm ever in need of any kind of need for Star Wars displays that are portable. I can take them around. You can see here, although I think Jar Jar might have ripped in half. I'm not 100%. Yeah. Sadly, Jar Jar didn't survive. So I'd have to re-glue that. But I think I re-glued it already on display. So, but I wanted to point out and show you kind of how I store all of my boxes. Okay, and you can see here up top, we've got here's the one sideshow collectible premium format figure I have. That's R2 and 3PO. We have a Gentle Giant animated maquette of Vader and Leia from Vader's Little Princess. We have a cross-section Kotobukiya pre-painted X-Wing fighter. Some more Gentle Giant animated. And then you can see here, these are where I put all of the Gentle Giant Jumbo figure packs. Okay, I've kept all those because in the event someday, whether if it's not me, my next of kin is going to want to sell this, and that is an excellent place for those are pretty easy to get back into their containers and to sell. Obviously, we wouldn't sell them mint, but we would sell them new displayed with package. So, and over here you can see that's a Gonzo Master Replicas photo puppet, and below there you can see that Kermit. I don't know if you can see that. There's Kermit. The boxes are amazing. They're just like really, really well done. The puppets are actually in display in my music room. And here's where we have a lot of the Gentle Giant, or I should say a lot of the sideshow and hot toy boxes. Okay, I got these shelving from like a local hardware store. I was able to get all these put on there, and frankly, they are really helpful. It's right up against the wall. It actually serves as a little extra insulation. Okay, we have some bigger things back there. We have Code 3 collectibles. We have some of the containers. Here's the Kylo Ren Master Replica. It's a EFX Collectibles saber. The space up here stays pretty dry. Stays pretty well protected. There is an opening vent behind there, so I may end up moving some of these things to kind of give that room. I'm just going to wait until the warm weather and see how this works. Okay, so that's not the only thing I want to show you. I'm going to show you this side. On this side of the house, you'll notice that there's actually a faux roof, right? Well, that was because at one point that was a roof to our house. We had a big addition done about over a decade ago, And when I came up here and I noticed that we had this roof here, I said, this roof is looking awfully plain. So I thought, what a great way to display some of my posters. So I actually did that. Now, I will tell you that obviously there is some dust up here, and the dryness does tend to cause a few things to kind of curl up and stuff. So not a good place for you to put something of any serious value. But all these are reproductions anyway, so I'm not too concerned with it. But as you can see, this is how I display posters, okay? You've got here's a Celebration 3. There's a Count Dooku poster. There's Empire Strikes Back. There's that awesome Coca-Cola Empire poster. There's some interesting Return of the Jedi, two small like magazine posters. These are just things I picked up over the years. It's Star Wars Celebration. Here's a neat Episode 1 teaser poster. This is something I found in comic book shops back in the day. That was some wanted posters for Luke's. You can see they have a little water damage, but some wanted posters for both Luke and Han Solo. I thought those were kind of clever. There's some of my original art back in the day. Not very good, hence why I have not gone into art as a career. I'll leave that to my daughter, who's far more talented than I am. This was a calendar that I just took the different months and just took them off and made them into a little poster. There's sorry that it's kind of bent there, but there's a Spanish Star Wars calendar. These are some other great Coca-Cola posters. Just a lot of really cool, different things. Over here you can see I actually in a previous episode I talked about how I used to cut things out and I would kind of just put them all together like a collage. Unfortunately, storing it up here, it started to come unglued and a lot of the pieces fell off. So I've since collected them and I actually kind of showcased them on a previous episode. Okay, one of my favorite things is these. We have these tour posters. These are actually from Star Tours. And for a while, I always say this, I credit Disney for keeping Star Wars alive with the Star Tours ride and attraction, and because, frankly, this was all we had at times. And I went in it from like 87 to 94, 95. If you wanted to get any Star Wars merch, you had to go into Star Tours in either Disneyland or Hollywood Studios, then MGM Studios, and you needed to kind of find these posters. They also made them into postcards. Like, is it if you were at a tour, if you were like on an airline and they were like posters about visit Jamaica or visit the Bahamas, visit Tatooine, visit Endor, visit Dagobah. Here we have some more Empire Strikes Back. I believe they're the more Coca-Cola posters. Here's Episode 2. Here's the Star Wars Special Edition. And there's another foreign language poster. This one right here, that actually was a 3D poster. It actually included a set of items, like you could make a 3D version of Vader's helmet and put it on top of there, and then he colored it. But pretty cool stuff. Yeah, some people look at this and think, oh my God, why don't you make this into a space? It's, if you can tell by where my head is, it doesn't really go very far before your head starts to bump into the wall. So it really wouldn't warrant too much of an interior space. And even if it did, we don't really have a dedicated staircase to go up here. So we just have an attic, kind of one of those things that just like springs down. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense for this to be. But when they were building it, and I came upstairs and I saw how big it was, they weren't going to put a floor down. And for just the cost of the planks of wood, I said, put the floor down. Oh my goodness, this is like crazy good storage space, right? And when the time comes where I have to remove some of it, I have it all kind of organized over here. I'm pretty proud of it. It's pretty cool. Okay, there's some more to thing I didn't show. There's some holiday decorations over here. I don't want to fill this up much more. In fact, every year I kind of go up here and look through some things that I feel need to get, thrown away or stored differently. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. And the place holds up pretty nicely. And it's a great area for the collection, the items that I don't want. Another thing that's over here is some Black Series. Some Black Series boxes that have multiple hands, multiple heads, that kind of stuff. I didn't keep any of the Black Series boxes that didn't have that. And I only kept the ones that had spare heads, spare hands, spare weapons, that kind of thing. So, all right, so that is a little tour of the attic and the storage area. If you have an attic space like this, I highly recommend getting some shelves for very little money. You can just put them together. Some people like to do something a little more custom that works with their space. Honestly, a space this size, you could get it made into a room, but just be aware that, you know, it's a lot to insulate it and to make sure that it has all the proper, you know, flooring and insulation on the roof and everything else. And for us, it just made more sense to use it for storage. So, okay, so that will do it for this episode, this unusual episode of Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing Show. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, check out all my other videos, and check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Darth Tuba. Check out the Darth Tuba Star Wars Unboxing page on Facebook. And if you want to support the channel more than just subscribing and liking, please check out my merch shop on TeePublic. Link is in the description. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, may the Force and the toys and their boxes be with you.